This should be far enough.
Alright. What the hell did you say to Sayori?
Look, before you say anything else... Yes, I did talk to Sayori last night, but it's not what you think.
Go on. I'm trying my best to suppress my anger. I don't want to make things any worse than they already are.
I talked to Sayori last night about her condition. Naturally, I explained my experiences with her. I opened up and revealed a lot to her.
What do you mean, opened up?
Well...
I see Yuri roll up her sleeve. I can see many cuts and scars run across her arm in all sorts of directions. She rolls her sleeve back up to hide them.
I tried to show this to Sayori, only as a warning. To tell her what it could lead to tell her how much of a mistake it was to get into something like that. But it appears my advice had the opposite effect on her. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Are you sure it was a warning? Because Sayori seemed pretty keen on cutting herself.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Maybe if you didn't keep her up all night, she wouldn't be like this. Maybe it was a bad idea to ask for your advice. Did you also happen to tell her which cutting method is the best?
Hallie, please refrain yourself. I think I meant restrain, but please. I never intended for any of this to ever happen. This is just an unintended side effect. You have to believe me. Sayori is my friend too. I would never mean her ill will.
Keep telling yourself that, Yuri. What would you know about depression anyway? My face stung. Yuri looked at me like only a mother could. There was a moment of silence between the two of us. I couldn't bring myself to look at her. Yuri. She was on the verge of crying. Guilt took over as I looked up at her. I should try to make this right at least. Yuri, I'm sorry. I don't know why I got so worked up.
Hallie, I didn't want to do that. I'm sorry, Hallie.
It's alright. Maybe there's a silver lining here. That is why you've shown me. Or that's what you've shown me.
You're right. As much as we can be rational with our thinking, stoics can't be perfect. We are still as humans as the rest. What's important is that we don't let our emotions be our hubris. It's hard to think straight while under the influence of emotions.
Right. I'm sorry I yelled at you. You were saying something about Sayori's cutting to be an unintended side effect?
Right. Where was I?
Yuri took a moment to collect her thoughts.
I believe she's looking for an outlet, and even though I told her not to, she thought it was her way out. I can roll the dice, but I don't know what numbers will appear.
This is my fault, too.
What do you mean?
I told Sayori the truth. She's mad at me for going behind her back and lying to her.
I believe this is still a good thing. At least now this gives Sayori a chance to take a moment and think about her situation. She knows the truth. She knows she has a support system. Just give her a day or two.
I'm sorry about getting angry at you. I let my anger get the best of me. You would never do something like that to a friend.
Thank you. I forgive you, Hallie.
As we make our way back, we can hear running coming from behind us. If memory serves me correctly, someone's late to their club. I turn around and yell, "Hey, they're running in the hallways, Monika!" Monika stops in her tracks and walks over to us.
How did you guys know it was me?
Lucky guess. I would almost say I recognize your running.
Very funny, Hallie. But what are you two doing out this far from the clubroom? We have some bad news, Monika. How bad could it be?
Well, this morning, Sayori, I found her cutting herself this morning. I already talked to her, and I'm sure Yuri is going to as well.
I only tried to warn Sayori about what it could lead to. Oh my! I didn't know Sayori would be capable of doing that. I'm sorry, Hallie. I believe it's time we talk to her as a club.
I guess so. She already knows that we know.
One day we were going to have to do this. We can't keep secrets from her forever, after all. Right, let's go.
The three of us head back to the club. From the window, I can see Natsuki and Sayori talking. Likely plans for the festival, I hope. Monika opens the door and we all enter.
Okay, everyone. Gather around. We need to have a talk as a club.
I look over at Sayori. I can tell she knows where this is going with her worried look. I sit next to her to try and comfort her. Everyone else takes their place.
It comes with a heavy heart to say this, but... Well, we know about your depression, Sayori. I know.
It's quiet for a few moments. Everyone in the room seems to be trying to find the right words to say to Sayori. Eventually, I speak up. I said it this morning, and I'll say it again. We're your friends. Friends always look out for one another. Wouldn't you do the same thing if one of us were in your position?
Well, yes, I would. But I can take care of myself. You all shouldn't have to worry. Sayori, that's the first thing any depressed person says. It's what my father and I said when we were in our respective rough spots. Sure, you have your own coping mechanism. That will only get you so far. And on top of that, this isn't something you should have to go through alone. Please, just hear us out, Sayori. As I said yesterday, this is a rabbit hole you don't want to go further into. Trust me when I say we have your interests in mind. Hey! Just as birds were made to fly, humans were made to be loved. Just give us a chance to give you the love and care you need. We can't help you if you keep shutting us out. Everyone! I said I'm fine. I can take care of myself. We value your independence, Sayori. However, I don't think... You don't get it! None of you get it! If you all really valued my independence, you wouldn't have gone behind my back and dropped all these subtle hints at me! Just leave me alone!
I've never seen her this assertive before. I hunched back a little as I was taken aback by her words. I mean to diffuse the situation. Sayori, we don't want to hurt you. We just want to help. We all want those rain clouds of yours to clear. Please, Sayori, just take a deep breath and give yourself a minute or two to think on it. Sayori sighs and closes her eyes, and for a moment I see a terrible battle going on inside her. Two sides of Sayori fighting for dominance. For a moment, it looks as if she might say yes. Then one side seems to win out, and she opens her eyes and looks at each of us.
No, this is my fight. I don't want you all to worry about me. I'll be fine.
Sayori grabs her bag and marches straight to the door. Sayori, wait! But Sayori doesn't stop. She opens the door and leaves before I can even form another thought. I stand up, ready to go after her, but Monika puts a hand on my shoulder.
Let her be. Give her a day or two to think this over. I think it's best we don't pressure her any more today.
I brush her hand off me. The last time you said that, her depression got worse and she hanged herself. Yeah.
Last time? What are you talking about?
Am I really the only ones with these memories? Only one? No, yes. Oh, and before, I didn't want to say it because the moment was a little bit intense. But, where was it? It was something he said. There it was, yours. You don't need an apostrophe in this one. It's just yours. Nope, you only put the apostrophe if it would be splitting the word your is or your has, I guess. Yeah, the more you know. I have to be. There's no way I can explain I'm from the future. I try to think about what Yuri told me and take hold of my emotions for a moment. I'm stressed. I'm being pulled in so many directions. I should go home as well. I'll respect Sayori's privacy. We can talk about festival plans during the weekend.
If that's your prerogative, then do what's best for you. I think we should close up shop for the day anyway. There's not much else we can do.
Yeah. I'll talk to you all during the week.
Of course. Take care, everyone.
With that, I leave the clubroom and begin heading home. I curse the walk home. I can feel the sun's rays bearing down on me, cooking my skin. It's as if the world wants to remind me that my situation stinks. It hurts so much it's almost unbearable. But if this is the price I have to pay, then so be it. I'll pay any price I have to for Sayori to be happy. It's Sunday. What a week it's been. A lot of ups and downs and headaches. I want to go talk to Sayori, but I need to give her the space she needs. Needs. Sigh. I'll find some silver lining here. Most of the festival stuff is done anyway. There's nothing left for me to do but just wait. But I don't want to just sit here all day. I'll just go out and go where the wind takes me. Maybe the library has something. I decide to walk over there. And it's closed. Well, there goes that. I haven't been to the park in a while. But where's the fun in it if there's no one to be with? I reach the outskirts of town and walk around the perimeter. The sun is still high in the sky and with nothing to do still. What? The sun is still high in the sky. And oh, you're the one with nothing to do. The sun is fine. Okay, I should call it quits for the day. But right as I was about to head back home, I walk by a nearby church and I hear something. I hear an angelic voice singing. I don't know whose it is, but it's captivating. I hear the voice coming from inside the church. The doors were cracked open as I stood before them. The voice seems familiar. I feel like I've heard it before, but something made me uneasy being here. My stomach churns and my hands shake. What about this place shouldn't make me welcome? It doesn't matter. I'm going in anyway. The white walls were whole, pristine, and glistened in the sunlight. Colorful murals depicting events from ages long past. And at the heart of the sanctuary was Monika? It didn't take long before she realized she wasn't alone.
Oh, Hallie, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. You would already know, man. She told you. But I would be lying if I said I didn't hear your voice. I never knew you could sing so beautifully.
Thank you. I take it the rest of the festival preparations are done?
Of course. Did you finish?
No self-respecting club president would lead their club unprepared.
Of course. You wouldn't fail your club. If there's anyone that's failed, it's me.
Don't say that. You've done a lot of great things for this club.
Like what? A few menial tasks for the festival? Scrubbing down a quote to recite to an audience that won't care?
Success and happiness doesn't have to be millions of dollars, hundreds of likes on social media. I knew something as niche as the Literature Club wouldn't gain much traction when I made it, but it doesn't matter. We can still show them our passion for it. We can show them how these books bring a smile to our faces. Even if it is small and unpopular, I wouldn't trade it for the wonderful people I have met.
Even me?
Even you. Besides, you've made a great contribution to the club on just your first day.
Really?
Yes, you looked out for Sayori's well-being.
Okay. But how is that a contribution to the club? That seems more like something any responsible person would do.
The club is nothing without the people who contribute to it. With no people, there is no club. Suppose there was a piano in an empty classroom and I told you there was a club meeting there. What club would you think it was for?
The music club, right?
And what if it's not?
Well, then it's just an empty club room.
Exactly. A club is nothing without the people in it. It's not about the content, the festivals, the food, or anything like that that makes the club special. It's the people. So when we learn that one club member is ill and in need of help, we give them the help they need. No one contribution is worth more than anything else.
I never actually thought of it like that. But addressing the big issue at hand. You worked on pamphlets with Sayori. Do you know how she's doing?
I stopped by her house earlier this morning to work with her. We talked and worked for a few hours. She told me she did a lot of thinking and reevaluating her life, and I gave her some advice. After everything was said and done, I decided to come here and say a few prayers for her. I honestly think you should talk to her, soul to soul. She has really thought this out.
So after all this time, there was nothing to worry about?
I wouldn't phrase it like that, but everything turns out for the better one way or another. Eventually.
I guess that's my cue to go. Thanks for helping me, Monika.
Thank you for stopping by.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Of course. And by the way, I loved the quote you picked. I can't wait to hear it.
Right, thank you. With that, I leave with a newfound resolve. I haven't felt this much better about myself in a long while. I don't know why I would feel sick in a place like that. I know why. I text Sayori that I'll be coming over soon. She doesn't reply right away, but says that it's alright. Maybe she's busy doing something. Weird. Normally she would be out to greet me. It's not like her to ghost me, and after everything Monika told me, why wouldn't she feel better about everything? Maybe I'm just overthinking this. I knock on her door and wait patiently. As I wait, I get a reminder from the club to bring my stuff for tomorrow. Sayori still hasn't answered the door. I knock again. Still nothing. Sayori, are you in there? I call out. Still nothing. I didn't want to do this, but she left me no choice. I take the key from under her mat and unlock the door myself. I don't hear anything from here. I decide to head upstairs. Wait, sorry, I decide to head upstairs. Yeah, that's what I thought I saw. I lean my ear against the door. All I hear is rustling, and my own pulsing heartbeat. There's some light grunting and struggling. I don't want to open this door, but I have to. I don't care if this is an invasion of privacy. I don't care if this causes any trouble. I need to know if she's okay. Please don't be hanging. Without warning, I open the door. Well, she was nude. I close the door back up and cover my eyes to what I just saw. Well, that answers that question. Christ, why couldn't I just wait a few more minutes? But how could I have known? A few minutes later, I heard the door open and Sayori coming my way.
Hey!
I'm sorry, Sayori. I didn't mean to barge in like that. I should have knocked.
That's alright. It was going to happen one of these days. I mean, how couldn't it?
Life isn't a TV show.
So what brings you by?
I thought I'd come say hi. Monika told me how you were doing.
Oh, it's always good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by.
Yeah. Still want to do dinner? We both have spare time and nothing to do. Plus, it's before the big day. So why not make an enjoyable night of it? You know, her scars healed up nice and quick, didn't they?
You know, I think I would love that. Let's go.
To my place, then.
Why not stay here? You're already here and all.
You've been in this house all day. A little change of scenery is nice.
Well, dinner was your idea, so it only makes sense.
With that, we were off. Out the door and a simple walk across the street. We're home. When we arrive, we order a pizza, kick off our shoes, and crash on the couch. So what do we do in the meantime?
We could watch TV.
What to watch?
Anything is better than nothing.
I don't know. There's nothing good on Sundays.
What else could we do?
There's something I wanted to share with you. Give me a minute. Rush upstairs and grab the book from my nightstand. We could read this.
But isn't that a boring book, something you'd read in your English class?
And who's vice president of a literature club? Not me.
I don't have to like all types of literature.
That's fair, but at least give it a try. Besides, we both might learn something from it.
Alright, but I get first dibs on the pizza.
Have all the pizza you'd like. We cozy up on the couch together and get started reading. By the first 10 pages, I could tell she was bored. But trying her hardest to try and stay engaged. At this point, she might as well be reading with her teacher. Maybe reading was a bad idea. I closed the book. I'm sorry. I should have known this was a bad idea.
Allie, I know why you're doing this. I don't want you to worry about it.
But I can't ignore it.
I know you can't, but you don't have to be there for every single moment. Being alone for the weekend has given me a lot of time to think. And honestly, I never knew the extent of how dark my mind can go. I make myself think about one little thing and it becomes a nightmare. But after hearing what Natsuki and Yuri and Monika, even you have told me, my mind is clear like a sunny day. Sure, there will be rain clouds, but I understand I don't have to be alone in this.
I've never heard her relent like this. It's honestly astonishing and motivating to hear her like this. So...
What I'm saying is that I had a good hard look at myself. I got to talk and converse with a side of myself I don't like. But in the end, I came out a new person. And from here on out, I want to combat my depression.
My eyes light up and I smile like a giddy child on Christmas morning. I reach over to hug Sayori. I'm so happy for you, Sayori. I'm glad you want to do this. The club and I will be here for you every step of the way. And before you know it, you'll be a brand new Sayori. As if on cue, I hear the doorbell ring. Dinner's here. I go to the front door and pay for the pizza. I bring it back and set it on the coffee table. We dig into our dinner, watch TV, play games, reminisce on younger days. And before I know it, she falls asleep while we were in the middle of a cooking show. I turn the TV off and lift her off the couch and carry her upstairs. I enter the bedroom and lay her down on my bed. I am about to walk out and take the couch, but Sayori's sixth sense kicks in.
No, stay here.
Alright, anything for you, my one and only Cinnabon. I take a pillow from my bed and lay on the floor. I stare up at the ceiling, looking for some solace. This week was confusing, rough, and not without its shortcomings. But I'm glad I was given the second chance. This is why I was sent back. But something still feels incomplete. Maybe I'm just imagining the doctor's visits I'm going to have to attend. I should sleep. I close my eyes and let dreams take over. And I think that's as good a place as any to call it for this session. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We'll pick up with more Amor Fati and see how this all goes wrong next time. See you then.